Your Excellency, Mr. President, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in this beautiful space, we are fortunate enough to feel the connection, the embrace of communities and individuals, irrespective of their religion or belief, and championing those who suffer violations on grounds of their religion or belief. It might be that solidarity in the quest for human rights is not unique to us here under the auspices of the Article 18 Alliance. But I'm sure it comes more easily to us because we cannot detach freedom of religion or belief as an objective from freedom of religion or belief as a journey that has been imbued with common values from time immemorial to the present day. Values such as compassion, justice, integrity, patience, that one comes very hard, trust, love, and so much more. Indeed, another of the names of God is said to be the humorous, and we certainly need that in the world of today as well. And this is a virtue which our Chair, Ambassador at Large, and Special Envoy embodies so well. But how do we navigate the pain of the suffering around the world on the one hand, and the enjoyment of drawing strength from being together here? How do we witness so much unnecessary suffering on grounds of religion or belief, and yet remain optimistic? Perhaps we can draw strength from the history of Prague itself, indeed even of Prague Castle itself, and that this can give us hope, and hope of transformation. Prague, a city that witnessed such tremendous suffering in the religious and political conflicts of the 30 Years' War, the back and forth opposition, the defenestration, the battles, the executions, the bloodshed within the Christian family itself. To Prague today, hosting for the second time the Freedom of Religion or Belief Ministerial, and also some years back having hosted the 25th anniversary of the only UN declaration exclusively focused on freedom of religion or belief, the 1981 UN Declaration on the elimination of all forms of intolerance and discrimination based on religion or belief. We find these following excerpts in Anne Frank's diary. Why, oh why can't people live together peacefully? Why all this destruction? The question is understandable, but until now, no one has come up with a satisfactory answer. And then she goes on to say, until all of humanity, without exception, undergoes a metamorphosis, wars will continue to be waged, and everything that has been carefully built up, cultivated and grown will be cut down and destroyed, only to start all over again. I want to be useful and bring enjoyment to all people, even those I've never met. I want to go on living, even after my death. I know what I want. I have a goal, an opinion. I have a religion and love. Prague and so many examples around the world show us that fortunes can be changed. Human volition, consultation, and collaboration do change the course of history. Until that time, we will continue to struggle against the pain of so many. For example, continuing to call for the release of Mr. Anwar Kenneth, a Christian in Pakistan accused of blasphemy. He needs health care, not to be criminalized. And of course, it should be recalled that blasphemy can never be grounds for the death penalty. It doesn't meet the threshold of most serious crimes under international law. We will also call and insist on a halting of refoulement to those who face torture on being returned to their countries of origin. For example, the Montenegrins and the Hmong from Thailand to Vietnam, the Uyghurs to China, facing transnational repression, transnational transfers and enforced disappearances, and so many tens of thousands around the world. We will continue to remember 63-year-old Fariba Kamalabadi in the third of a second 10-year sentence in Iran simply and purely for being a Baha'i, yet accused of national security crimes. And we will continue to call for an end to the impunity for the violence carried out by vigilante groups against Muslims in India, with over 300 reported killings of Muslims over the last decade, and so many more cases around the world that deserve attention, but I lack time. Now, recalling the words of the Czech 17th century thinker Jan Amos Komenský, where the Savior addresses the pilgrim, he writes, "Remain in the world with your body, but in me with your heart. If you do these things, you will be blessed, and it shall be well." Hope rests, he argues, in the centrum securitatis, the depth of the soul in which steadiness in the fortunes of life can be found. So perhaps we too can find steadiness and hope in this inner plane and feed it nourish it during this ministerial, before we each return to our contexts and to our common calling to seek freedom of thought, conscience, and religion and belief for everyone. In the fascinating insights that we will be benefiting from in the coming sessions, we are grateful to the sacrifices made to gather here, and most of all, that we are here under the auspices of His Excellency, the President of the Czech Republic. Thank you, and thank you, Ambassador Žehák, for your warmth and unwavering support for us all. Thank you.